Have you ever said the right thing and gotten a wrong response? Maybe you gave your team a feedback and they got defensive. Maybe you shared the vision and people stared back at you. Or maybe you made a request and you got excuses. If this resonates with you, then this book from Everyone Communicates, Few Connects is for you. Today we are going to be looking at chapter 3, Connection Goes Beyond Words. Psychologists say that it only takes 7 seconds for people to make snap judgments about us. So you probably didn't even get a chance to say a word, but people have already made a judgment about you. They either like you or they don't like you, or they perceive you as someone who's distant or warm. It all depends within the first 7 seconds of their encounter with you. So we often think when we give a presentation, when we prepare, we think all that matters is the words that come out of our mouth. And yet words matter, but not to the extent that we believe it matters. Interestingly enough, there is a study that was conducted where they said that words matter only 7% of the time. 38% of the time it's your tone, the way you deliver your speech, and then 55% was body language. I couldn't even fathom that. And yet we put so much emphasis on words. I strongly believe that content is important. When I say content, the words that come out of your mouth, the preparation that has gone through it, but there is a warmth element based on your body language, based on your voice, and based on the way you look at people and the way you receive people. And all that matters when you are communicating, because the whole purpose of you communicating to them is to get a buy-in or to share your thoughts. If you are not getting a buy-in, that means your words have fallen flat. I want you to imagine a restaurant where there are two managers working on a shift. Manager A is asking, can you stay late tonight? And the same question is posed by Manager B too. Manager A, everyone says sure, and they end up staying late. But for Manager B, crickets, no one is responding. And the reason no one is responding is not because he said it differently. The ask was the same, can you stay late tonight? And we know that there are so much to do outside those words that got one manager an S and another manager nothing. So we are going to look into those things so that we could be effective communicators, so our message doesn't fall flat, but it resonates. The book talks about 3 essentials for communication: thoughts, emotions, and actions. When I was thinking of an image, I thought of it as a 3-legged stool. Let's talk about thoughts. Thoughts are something that you understand. Like I'm reading chapter 3, and if I am able to understand it, that's what thoughts are. Then comes emotions. What are emotions? Now I've read the chapter, I'm now passionate about it. I feel it. I see the principles are important in order for me to improve my own communication. That's where the emotion comes in. So when I am understanding a message, but I also believe it in my bones, the message comes across in a much more meaningful way. That's where emotions is the next leg. And the last leg is actions. If I read the chapter, if I believe it, yet if I have not taken any action towards building that muscle for communication, the message will still fall flat. That's why I see it as a 3-legged stool. You need all 3. If one is not strong, it kind of falls flat. You need to understand the concept well. You need to feel it and believe it, but you also have to take action. And when someone is in this position, their words have higher power. Let's go back to the manager A and B example. Let's assume manager A gets a vision from higher ups. Manager B gets a vision from higher ups. Manager A understands the vision. The manager could also feel that this would take the company to the next level. They're going to expand. They're going to do great and mighty things. As a result, Manager A now starts taking action towards the vision. Now imagine Manager A delivering this to his staff during a team meeting. Let's talk about Manager B. Manager B receives it, doesn't quite understand the vision enough, has got some doubts, and because he or she doesn't understand it enough, what happens is they don't believe it enough because they have not understood it enough, and as a result, they don't even take action. Imagine them delivering a message about the same to their staff. Both will have the same deck, the same presentation deck, yet one person's message will resonate deeply to the staff members and the other person's message will not. It would just fall flat. And the difference is one understood it, felt it, and took action. The other person didn't quite understand, didn't quite feel it, as a result, couldn't take action. And the message delivered is completely different. So I think you get the picture of how important it is, not just to understand, but to believe, take action, and that changes the connection element. The book talks about 4 levels of connection: visual, intellectual, emotional, and verbal. So let's talk about visual. People are making snap judgments of us. It takes only 7 seconds for them to decide whether we are a confident person, whether we are likable, and our body language and everything probably dictates that. If I'm walking with my shoulders down and my head down, people probably would think, she doesn't look like a confident person. Meanwhile, if you have your shoulders up with confident eye contact, they may perceive me as confident. So your body language, what they say, within a few seconds, they're making judgments about you. So visual is important. Let's talk about intellectual, what you know. So people often can sometimes understand, but do they live that? If I go and give a lecture on a subject that I've already lived, the lecture will have a different effect compared to a lecture where I'm just studying and just going and regurgitating it. So we kind of touched on it when we looked at the manager A and manager B. When manager A receives the vision from top, they not only understood it, they believed in it, and then it's a different feel because they were able to really see where the vision was going. They were able to truly understand it, and because of that, they could feel it and they could take action. And so that's what we are talking about when we are talking about intellectual. Number 3, emotional, what you feel. So remember the manager A example, the manager understood the vision and just felt it. He or she could really see where the company is going to move 5 years from now and the growth that comes and all the wonderful things that could happen. When they felt it, it was a different feeling because that vision has come alive in their own heart. That's emotions, number 3. And then the last one we are going to talk about is verbal. It's the way we deliver the message. It's the words we use. It's the tone, it's the inflection and all that carries the message forward. We think about a presentation, we think about a delivery often based on just the content. But you can see now that you may know the content, but have you lived the content? Because your delivery is going to be so much different when you have lived it, when you have believed in it. And also your message comes alive in a much more meaningful way than someone who's just read about it and delivering the message. So connecting goes beyond words. That's why some communicators, when they communicate, their message resonates. And some communicators, when they communicate, their message falls flat. And as much as words are important, your tone, your body language, all that adds to it. And that's when you become an effective communicator. Your lived message and your passion and your belief in it will have a different weight compared to someone who's just reading and delivering it. I hope you found this lesson helpful. Next week, we'll be looking at chapter 4, Connection Requires Energy. I hope to see you there.